too much can be a problem. And I think this is what we are learning, whether like, hey, cars, well, that is great. Like, too many cars, a problem.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, so you can actually think about going in that same direction. And for satellites, up until a few years ago, even up until 2020, the total number of satellites in our night sky or in our skies were measured in a few thousand. So this is 2020. And right now, the number, as of I checked, May of 2025, the number was over 11,700.
Wow. So an 11 times increase in just 5 years.
So you are talking about, right, I mean, so you are talking about way back from 1957 to 2020, a few thousand satellites, which is quite a bit, by the way.
Yeah.
But between 2020 and now, you have increased from a few thousand to 11,700.
Why are there so many in that such short a period of time?
And when you look at those numbers, a lot of them, SpaceX has about 60% of those satellites because they are being launched as part of Constellation and so as part of Starlink. So 7,400.
Starlink is what?
Well, Starlink is the way, it's Elon Musk's company, and or it's a satellite constellation owned by SpaceX, and it provides the internet to a lot of communities, but also to military. It actually came up in the conversations around Ukraine and Russia war as well. But the point is that right now there are more than 7,000 Starlink satellites that were all launched after 2019. And they're not the only one. There is another company, OneWeb, which is a London-based company. It has over 650 satellites in its constellation. And you go like, okay, all right, we have to be like, worried about it. Let's see what happens. The problem is that right now, at least on paper, there are requests for satellites that number in tens of thousands in the next couple of years. And in fact, the estimate is that by 2050, we are going to potentially reach a number of 100,000. And that's all actually our atmosphere. I think actually more than that, that will create problems. But you have a lot of satellites up in the air, up in space. And apart from other problems that people worry about, including environmental ones, because they actually constantly, they have to be in orbit, but because a lot of them are in low Earth orbit, they also burn up in the atmosphere, and that also produces problems.